What's up, YouTube? It's Kenny again. A little bit of a real talk video this morning. So it's about 5:36 in the morning, and I woke up at like 2:30 this morning, and for some reason I had this realization that as we do as human beings, I've lost focus. I have not been focusing for probably the last 3 to 4 months the way I was prior to that. And a lot of things have contributed to that, but I made a conscious decision this morning that ends now. I am going to refocus my efforts. I'm going to not allow my goals to wander as they have been. I've been back and forth and back and forth. What am I going to do with this money I'm saving? Am I going to buy a house? Am I going to start a business? What am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And my mind has just been bouncing all over the place. Now, I'm not saying that won't continue to happen, because that's just the way my brain works. But what I have decided is that I'm going to focus back in on the main goal that is going to allow whatever that is to happen, which is stacking the money. All right, stacking this money. I have been distracted, talking to Jessica just constantly. That is not going to happen anymore going forward. I'm not saying we're not going to be friends or anything, but we've decided to back off of what we were doing. It was getting a little bit too serious for both of us, and neither of us are really in a position to be in a real relationship right now. And I've been distracted, partially because of that, partially because of other things, and I'm refocusing. All right, you guys will have noticed, I'm sure, that I haven't made very many videos over the last couple of weeks. I was saving a bunch of money to go to New Orleans, and that fell through. Then I changed my mind and decided to go gamble in Louisiana. Then I changed my mind again and canceled those plans and decided to come back here and just do regular home time and get this tattoo that I've been wanting for years. Well, the tattoo artist has poison ivy. It's all in his eyes and stuff, and he had to back out. All right. I just feel like the universe is telling me that I'm focusing in the wrong spot, that I'm losing sight of what I set out to do a year ago. And as of right now, tomorrow marks the 1 year point of when I started this journey in investing and saving. The investing, the investing is a product of the saving. All right. And I've done pretty well over the last year. I mean, even though the returns aren't real great, I've put back, I'm up to somewhere around, what is it? $14,000 in savings and investments right now, probably 15 if you count my savings that I have currently. And so that's not bad for 12 months. And I could have done better. I could have saved more. And I'm focusing in on that. All right, I'm focusing on stacking the money going forward. My goals, like I said, have been all over the place. Am I going to buy a house? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? And I just realized this morning, I woke up like 2:30 and realized, hey, it doesn't really matter what I end up deciding to do with this money. It's the stacking the money that's the important part right now. And I've lost sight of that, and I'm getting back to it. Now, what I'm going to say is that doesn't mean that I'm going to dump that all into the stock market. Okay, I've decided that I'm going to start building my war chest. I have a savings account that is called War Chest. It's basically an emergency fund. I'm going to start stacking in that. All right, I'm going to start building up a much larger cash reserve, as well as getting the Roth IRA to 10,000 like I've talked about, and then starting a new Roth IRA that will be focused on long-term investing. Using that to dump for actual long-term retirement, and the Roth IRA that I currently have, once I hit 10,000, I'm going to use that to try to do more short to mid-term investing like I've been doing. But I need to get something that's also going to be for longer term. And then obviously I'm also going to focus in more on this cash account, because that's the one that's really going to allow me to pull that out in a couple of years and just pay the taxes with no penalties. Now, the Roth IRA, I'm able to pull 10,000 out of that penalty free in order to put a down payment on a house or something. There are allowances for you to be able to pull out certain amounts penalty free for certain things. And so, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Right now, I'm just going to focus in on really stacking the money more than I have been. So my thoughts on these goals are that, and this could change, but as of right now, I've been just doing a lot of soul searching over, all morning. And I think that I'm going to make it through till the end of the year. And by the end of the year, I'm going to have my tax situation sorted out. I don't know if I really talked about that here before, but there were a couple of years that I worked Uber and Lyft when my health issues got real bad and I stopped working in the concrete industry. Well, things got really bad between me and my ex, and I lost sight of the taxes and just like was in a depression and didn't do the taxes for those 2 years. And so then I was just a stay-at-home dad with my health issues for a couple of years. And when I came back on the road, I was scared to file that first year and this last year of taxes because that other stuff was going to catch up with me. So I've got to get all of that sorted out. I have most of the documents and everything. And it's not like I owe the IRS $20,000 or anything crazy. You know what I mean? They probably would have owed me money. I just didn't file. So I've got to get that straight before I can do what I think I'm going to do at the first of the year. So I got to get those taxes squared away. It's going to cost me some money. I've already looked into it. It's probably going to cost me close to $1,000 to get it all squared away. At that point, I probably will get at least one of the stimulus checks. I haven't gotten any stimulus checks because I haven't filed taxes. And so hopefully that will cover anything that I end up having to pay in penalties and stuff like that. But once I get that squared away, then I may go lease with my company starting next year. That will allow me to stack money even faster, all right? And I think that's the direction I'm going, all right? I want to stack this money. I know that I'm going to have to run the road. I'm going to have to stay on the road at least through 2022 and maybe through the end of 2023. And, beyond that, I'm uncertain. It depends on how much money I can stack between now and then. And so the goal right now is to just stack the money and to, allow my mind to wander. What am I going to do with the money? Blah, blah, blah. But the what I've focused in on now is that I really just need to keep continuing to stack the money no matter what my brain's telling me I'm going to do with it. And so that's where we're going. All right. Like I said, I got about another $2,000 to throw in to the Roth to get it to the point where my contributions have been $10,000. Then I'll be able to put a little more into the new Roth IRA for this year. Not much. And then starting next year, I'll be able to have a fresh year in a new Roth to max that out. So once I get to these points this year, I'm going to focus hard on the cash account, because the cash account, like I say, is the one that's going to allow me to pull that money out in a few years and just pay the taxes on it without any penalties. So I need to focus in on that cash account. Now, what does this mean for the channel? This means that there's a possibility I may be talking more about other goals and, what I'm doing with my savings and stuff like that are not investment related. But either way, I'm refocusing. I'm refocusing on the channel. I'm refocusing on my investing. I'm refocusing on my savings. And I just, I need to take this week off, reset, get this in my brain, and then I'm going to come out hard. I'm going to come out hard, stacking the money hard. All right. And then we'll see what happens beyond that. So real talk for you guys today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave me a comment below, and join the fucking Patreon in the description below. I appreciate you guys' support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, probably when I get back from home time.